Welcome everyone. So yesterday we were discussing about water of crystallization and we also discussed a few examples like green vitriol, blue vitriol and washing soda. So all these compounds they also contain water of crystallization. So at the end one question was given. Now you would be able to answer the question whether the molecule of Na2CO3.10H2O is wet. So the answer is no. The molecule of Na2CO3.10H2O is not wet. Here .10H2O which is given, that is representing water of crystallization. So if any compound, if it contains water of crystallization, it doesn't mean that these compound they are wet. The same thing we discussed yesterday in that activity which is based on copper sulfate. So we found that upon heating copper sulfate, water droplets they appeared on the inner side of the test tube. So the source of these water droplets was crystal of copper sulfate itself, but it doesn't mean that if any compound is containing water of crystallization, that compound has to be wet. No, the compound can be absolutely dry, as in the case of blue vitriol. As you have seen also, as I have shown you, the crystals of blue vitriol, those crystals they are bright blue in color, they contain water of crystallization and at the same time they are absolutely dry. Today we are going to discuss about two other examples, two other compounds which contain water of crystallization. They are plaster of Paris and gypsum. So these two are also very important compound possessing water of crystallization. So let us discuss about them. One other salt which possesses water of crystallization is gypsum. It has two water molecules as water of crystallization. So yesterday we also discussed about the definition of water of crystallization. The same way here also you can apply to find out the number of water of crystallization or the water molecules in gypsum. So here it is two water molecules as water of crystallization is present in one gypsum molecule. So it has the chemical formula of CaSO4.2H2O. So as here you can see that for one formula unit of CaSO4, two water of crystallization is, or two water molecules are attached with one formula unit of CaSO4. So here two water molecules as water of crystallization is present in gypsum. Now let us look into the use of this salt. So this salt means this gypsum, it is also having several uses. Now for your information, as you will come to know afterwards also, that gypsum and plaster of Paris they are the salt of calcium. So that is why, as from the example sorry, from the formula of gypsum you can see that its formula is CaSO4.2H2O. So it's a salt of calcium. Same way plaster of Paris also, it is a salt of calcium. Now plaster of Paris, next topic, on heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin. Now this temperature is very important. That means how we can prepare plaster of Paris from gypsum. So the temperature it is having very important role here, because if the temperature is, if it is high then 373 Kelvin, then the product which we are going to get, that is not the plaster of Paris. So on heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin, which is 100 degrees Celsius, it loses water molecules and becomes calcium sulfate hemihydrate. So what is the chemical name of gypsum? Chemical name of gypsum is calcium sulfate dihydrate, and its common name is gypsum. So for gypsum and for plaster of Paris also, you need to write at the end of your notebook where you have maintained one table where you used to write about chemical name, chemical formula, common name, etc. So there you need to write, because these are also very important topics. There's a chance that every year you can get question based on them. So on heating gypsum at 373 Kelvin, it loses water molecules and becomes calcium sulfate hemihydrate, CaSO4.12H2O. So this is the chemical formula of plaster of Paris. Now this is called plaster of Paris, the substance which doctors use as plaster for supporting fractured bones in the right position. So you can understand that plaster of Paris is quite commonly used, and it is having several other uses apart from having uses as a plaster. So plaster of Paris is a white powder, and on mixing with water it changes to gypsum, once again giving a hard solid mass. That means the plaster of Paris, you might have seen also that it is in a form of what it is in a form of powder, have which is white in color, whereas gypsum, it is a very hard solid mass. So here you can see that how gypsum can be prepared, or what happens when we are mixing water in plaster of Paris. So plaster of Paris, when you are mixing, when you are adding water to it, then it gives gypsum. Note that only half a water molecule is shown to be attached as water of crystallization. How can you get half a water molecule? As we know that atom and molecule, they can never be half, or they can never be in the form of fraction. So what is the significance here if we used to write a formula of plaster of Paris as CaSO4 dot half H2O? So how can you get half a water molecule? It is written in this form because two formula units of CaSO4 share one molecule of water. So what happens in case of plaster of Paris? In case of plaster of Paris, two formula unit of CaSO4, it has one molecule of water. So that is why when we are writing the formula of plaster of Paris, we are only writing one formula unit, we are only showing one formula unit CaSO4. So if with two formula unit one water molecule is attached, therefore with with two formula unit, if one water molecule is attached, therefore with one formula unit only half water of molecule will be attached, and that is why we are showing, but practically it is not possible. It is just a way of representing the chemical formula of plaster of Paris. So that is why it is given here. It is written in this form because two formula unit of CaSO4 share one molecule of water. Plaster of Paris is used for making toys, materials for decoration, as you might have seen. Some vase, flower vase, it is also made up of plaster of Paris only, and for making surfaces smooth. And you have also seen nowadays ceiling, it is decorated with the help of plaster of Paris. Actually what happens when we are mixing water to plaster of Paris, then we can give it any shape because it becomes a kind of a paste. So we can give any shape to it, to this mixture. So that is why it can be used to design ceiling, it can be used to make different sculptures, different toys, different materials for decoration. Try to find out why is calcium sulfate hemihydrate called plaster of Paris. So this question you need to find it first. Although I will also give you an answer of it, but try to find this. It is interesting also, and you will also come to know about the history of plaster of Paris, that why this compound of calcium sulfate hemihydrate, it is called plaster of Paris. You will find, you will easily come to know, and tomorrow I will be telling you also. So this is for today, and this is the end of your chapter. Only the other thing which is left is in-text question based on these topics which we have discussed, and this in-text question is very very important as well. So you need to find the answer of this question, of this last line. Apart from this, there are 5 or 6 questions given as in-text question just after this topic. So you need to find the answer of those questions as well, and tomorrow we are going to discuss about those in-text questions, and everything will be finished for this chapter. So this is about today. Thank you.